So you guys were one. I'm hearing a lot of you guys. You guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that. And when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So it's shorter. There you go. Crazy Cat Lady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment purpose.
Hi everybody, Martha here. So, yeah, last night I went and saw Ghostbusters Afterlife. So, what's the old? A lot of the I'm like remember most of the actors in this movie. Uh, it was really good. I've seen both the first one and the second one a billion times. Played the video game. Never saw the reboot. I don't know if I ever want to. Never gonna see it with my money, that's for sure. Someone would have had to bring it over here and then I'll watch it, but not if I had to actually pay 1 single cent to watch the darn thing. But this one, I like. I liked it. It was a lot. I liked the fact that it took place in a different area. Made it look like it was actually have a different idea. It does have a lot of the same beats as the original. Um, I did have to explain to my boyfriend when the dogs showed up. Uh, what was happening? Because I guess he forgot. Um, so, but basically, so let's get started with the spoilers. Um, so basically, Egon, after I think after 40 years after it happened, after the the first movie happened, there is somewhat a little reference to the second one. They don't mention it really, and they don't when like you see a bunch of the years like later on in the movie, they don't even say 1989 is one of those years. But the only reference you get to the second one happening, and I think that Ray works in the bookshop that he worked in the second movie. That's the only reference you get to the second one. They don't mention Gozer. Gozer. Vigo. Gozer's the one that they're fighting in this movie. That's only. You could say the second one didn't happen, but I think it did. But so Egon's at a small town in Wyoming. I think this movie takes place. He lives on a farm, and he ends up a ghost is chasing him, and he tries to use the net, use the trap, and then tries to open the big trap. Well, I'll explain that later, but eventually he gets inside the house, and either he has a heart attack or the ghost kills him. It's not really clear and I like the fact that it's all in shadow, so you don't even you don't see the guy that's actually doing this is at all. But I like the fact that it's in shadow since sadly since Harold Ramis is dead, so the person's actually doing this. You don't actually see their face, but you get the idea that this is supposed to be Egon. Sadly, you're watching him die, and I think that's the best way to do this is not showing the person's face at all. And I think this is a lot more respectable than some in a lot of other ways. Like I would never, I don't really, probably would never like what happened to Carrie Fisher um, even though they didn't show her face either there either, but I think the fact that it's a little more clear what happened here and what happened to her, but it was okay. So um, then we meet Egon's daughter, and yeah, I don't know. There's no, we don't know who the mom is. I thought at first they were gonna make it be the secretary. Um, that's what I thought they would make it be, because in the first movie, those two were she definitely had the hots for him. Because she was always like caring for him and stuff like that, and she was like saying you're gonna die in the first movie. There was a little spark for them. I know she went and got with Lewis in the second one, but I could have sworn that they would make her the mom, but they really didn't hint at it in the movie, because she meets her after she gets evicted from her apartment or house, whatever that was. And when they arrive at the farm, she's the one that like paid the bills for Egon and stuff like that. And she did not say that, well, hello, daughter, and nothing like that. They did not hint at it at all. They wanted to make her the mom. They had every opportunity, and it would have worked. I would not. None of us would be mad. But nope, no hint at all. So I do like Phoebe. She is really cool. She was a good she did great in this movie, and she reminds me somewhat of her grandpa. Out of the three that we get to meet here, and Flynn Wolfhard, I don't remember his character's name, so I'm just gonna call him Flynn Wolfhard. Only thing that I really see of him and of his grandpa is the fact that he knew how to work on cars, and he was able to fix a nearly 4-year-old car without having to get new parts. As far as we know, he was able just to fix it up and get it working. Unless he went to mechanical school, any mechanical classes, but it's like almost like he didn't even go to the school at all. Like we see her going to the school, but we don't see him. He just goes start working at the restaurant because he likes the girl that works there. But only one we see go to school is Phoebe, but not him. And their teacher, Paul Rudd, he's pretty cool. He's the one that we get to connect to, even though he's a little older than me. He would have been somewhat of a kid he would actually been a kid when the movies came out. I wouldn't, because I wouldn't lie, but my parents liked having me watch movies before I was born. But it was so the fact that he actually recognized like the trap, and he explains what the trap is because Phoebe and her friend podcast. We don't know his real name, but that's what he calls himself. Who's pretty much somewhat of the relief. Would you stop rubbing against the screen, Solly? Sheesh. So anyway, after they watch Kugo and Charles play in the science room, they end up they take him out to like where the buses are and trying to trap. And they do end up letting out. I think they do let out the ghosts, like the dog ghost, whatever, Zool. But so I guess that's what starts them getting Gozer, them getting up. I don't. They don't really explain how Gozer gets unleashed, but that's the only thing I can think about it. The fact that they let the dog out. That would happen again. So, and they ends up breaking Paul Rudd's car window because he was driving the kids back home, and him and their mom go on a date, and this is when Phoebe finds her brother working on the car, the Ecto-1, and oh yeah, they also like she finds the basement where the suits and the Pactor is at, and they go to like an old copper place or whatever that looks pretty much right out of a horror movie. This part reminded me of like a little bit of a horror movie place, and they like hear ghosts eating on the pipes and stuff like that. So it's a little bit like Slimer, but not exactly. So after she learns how to use the Pactor, she tries shooting at it, and Podcast makes a little car machine, like a little portable place to drive the trap in case that needed happening. And so while they're doing that, this is when they find their brother, and it's unclear because at one point he said he's 17, and then another point said he's 15, and then they say he failed the test 3 times, and yeah, he's supposed to be 15. I don't understand. Okay, that doesn't make any sense to me. But alright, whatever flows your boat. He be the only one that able to look like he knows how to drive out of the 3, because there's no way you get say Phoebe looks like she's 16. So he's driving the car, the best way possible, I guess. And they're trying to catch the ghost, and they keep on like using the trap to like keep up with it, and they pretty much destroy the town and stuff like that. And eventually they don't they do catch the ghost, but they end up getting pulled over, so they all go to jail just like their grandpa. And before this, the teacher showed them like the video, the commercial, so to them, and this is when she got the phone number, and so she got the one phone call, and she uses it to call them, and this is when we get her second cameo, and it's Ray, and just like I said, this is the same book. This looks like the same exact bookstore he worked in during the second movie. And he picks up, it says we're closed, and so apparently Egon left after they kind of went bankrupt again, and like heard like something from the place where he went to, and heard there's gonna be ghosts there. And for some reason, Ray didn't believe him. And so he just left and took on the Pactor and the Ecto-1 and stuff like that, because he said he can go to hell, but Phoebe tells him that he died. So, and she asks him what happened to the other 2. And looks like Peter went back to doing doing the TV show or something like that. And Winston came rich. Looks like he got rich. So eventually they made him hang up on him. The cops made him hang up on him, and they end up. This is when we are at the Walmart there. And the teacher's like getting ice cream and stuff like that, but he like wanders into the area where there's marshmallows, and we see like the little marshmallow parts, and basically they like the marshmallow guys are trying to kill him or messing around Walmart and pretty much breaking a lot of stuff. And this is when we see the first dog, and he goes after the teacher, and the poor teacher gets zapped. And and it's the effect of this on the dog looks a lot on these monsters look a lot better than they did in the original. I'm pretty sure like some parts of it is still animatronic. It looks still. Only part that might be computer is when it's running. But I'm pretty sure when it's like still eating dog food. Okay, it's an animatronic. And also I think this is when around the time the mom goes down to the basement because she and after the kids go out again to go and like find break into the evidence room and pound to go and get the stuff back. She ends up finding the basement, and this part's really heartwarming. We see like a light point over to the wall, and I see like a bunch of pictures of her from her whole life. That is like showing that even though Egon wasn't part of her life, he still made it look like he still cared for her. So, and also Phoebe, this is when Phoebe found. I also think Phoebe found the wire around this time, and pointed out this whole entire farm is a giant ghost trap. So, and the mom ends up getting captured by the other dog, and they return home, and we get to see the whole entire part where their mom is basically gets to do the whole entire. There is no mom. There's only soul. It's the closest thing I can do to that. There is no mom. There's only soul. My cat's like scared. Don't do that ever again. So, anyway, and they even confirmed this. Like, we always wondered, did Lewis and Dana, did they do it during the first movie? Yeah, they basically confirmed it because and this like after when she like after she like leaves and she finds the teacher, we see them kiss, and one of the kids say they like read on the paper like a paper they find one of Egon's books where they like explain the history, even mention Dana's hotel, that the two statues have the ghost dogs have to bang each other in order to get Gozer to show up. So, yep, they basically confirmed that. So, yep, and they both go, and and the kids are like following them, and for some reason there's a dead / alive version of J.K. Simmons down there. I don't know, like that part I don't understand in this movie. And then we see a bunch of years of like incidents that were like really big and stuff like that on the wall. And this is when we see Gozer, and I don't know if this is the same exact actress that played him / her, because they do confirm that Gozer is both, that it's a non-binary person, but I'm pretty sure it's the same exact person that played Gozer last time. So, and Phoebe ends up distracting Gozer here by doing a bunch of weird jokes while podcast uses as the trap to get their mom to release save their mom, and then they run back to the farm and try to get the bigger trap to open, and the girl the other the girlfriend grabbed the other Pactor and was trying to hit them, and sadly she gets turned into a dog around this time, I think. But they almost get hurt here, and this is when we see the original Ghostbusters show up, and they end up getting zapped back, and we get to hear Bill Murray do a great joke where he hits on Gozer. There he goes again. And this part, I was like so happy that this was here. Like, yes! I was almost like wondering, are you guys gonna show up or what? But yes, they did. So, and while this is going on, Phoebe's getting the Pactor and shoots at Gozer, and she almost gets hurt here. But this is like another heartwarming moment, and I was wondering, and my boyfriend explained it to me how they did this part, because basically Egon's ghost showed up. Remember, his actor died, so how did they do this? He said they got a computer image of him and aged him, because I seen a picture of him when he looks like before he died. So I think they aged up what he looked like back then and aged him up a little bit now, because he looks a little bit older here, but he doesn't look exactly as he was when he died. So it looked pretty good, and I'm happy they don't make him talk here. So, but it's really heartwarming, and he helps his granddaughter beat the ghost, and the mom opens up the trap, and Gozer went bye-bye. And both the teacher and the girlfriend come out to no longer, or turn to statues and come back to normal. First, Flynn Wolfhard was looking for his girl, but he ends up finding Paul. And so I really feel sorry for the girlfriend here, that she did her best and she ends up turning into a dog. So, and then we have like a very heartwarming moment. Like, this part a little reminds me of, have you seen the old movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze? This part kind of reminds me of when he moves on, because we get to see Egon say goodbye to his friends and stuff like that. Ray says sorry for not believing in you, and his daughter hugs him, and he makes a little, and he moves his grandson's hair, and he gets down on his knees and did the same exact thing to his granddaughter. So this part was really sweet. It's a little quiet crying moment. I just got a little awe, and then at the very end of it says for Harold. So yeah, and there's somewhat 2 credit scenes at the very end. We see Dana, so we get to see Corny Reaver here, and she's doing the same exact thing that Peter was doing to those 2 college kids at the very beginning of the first movie, where he's like showing all those having to guess those cars and what shape they are. And even though he does guess them right, he gets shocked. So a little bit payback that so what he did to that one of the college students in the first movie, even though he mostly got the other his right. So, and I guess Winston and the secretary meet, and they're kind of hinting at there will be a 4th one if this movie does well. So it probably will. So did I like it? It was great. It was funny. It was good. It has a lot of. It does not only have elements of as the Ghostbusters. There's a little bit of Goonies in there, Stranger Things, pretty much anything that had to do with kids in the 90s and the 80s. There's little hints of it there. And so yeah, So I liked it. It was great. I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10. So see you guys later. Like, favorite, and subscribe. And remember, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Bye bye!
Hi everybody! Right now it's out Ghostbusters, so remember, something strange in the neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! That's where I'm hiding. I don't like ghosts. Especially since in the movie, there's a lot of ghost dogs. Right? Ghost dogs! Name a dog from the movie. What the heck? A dog dude. Who you gonna call? Sally!